Welcome to How to Cut Your Microsoft Spend While Maximizing ROI. We're so excited to have you on today's session, and we have just a couple things to cover before we dive right in with today's awesome presenter. So, first things first, today's session is being recorded. We're going to send out the recording to everyone tomorrow afternoon. And our webinars recordings are also always available on our YouTube channel. So that's a great place to check out. We've got on-demand webinars, we've got short tutorial videos, all types of content that you can imagine. So definitely check us out on YouTube, but you will get the recording in your email tomorrow. Everyone has also been placed on mute, but that does not mean we do not want to hear from you. It's just to keep the background noise to a minimum. So please participate in the chat. We're going to do a Q&A session at the end. You can ask questions at any time. We actually encourage it. So get those questions in, whether you put them in the chat or whether you put them in the actual Q&A section on the right-hand side of your screen. I'll see it. And we've got a great presenter lined up today, Dave. And I'm going to make sure we get those questions over to Dave at the end. So tell us where you're coming from. We'd love to hear it. Do we have some people on the East Coast and the West Coast? We'd like to hear from you throughout, and you can do all of that on the chat on the side of your screen. So without further ado, no more from me. Let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to hand it over to Dave to kick things off today.
Thank you, Courtney. Hi, everyone. My name is David Monroe, and I'm a Technical Account Manager here at SWK. In my role as Technical Account Manager, my goal is to guide my clients through complex infrastructure, cybersecurity, licensing, and line of business application challenges. Prior to SWK, I served in help desk, field technician, and NOC engineer roles. That experience has proven invaluable as I've helped my clients navigate their unique and complex challenges. My goal is to maintain open communication with the clients I serve, sustaining a relationship that is built on trust, transparency, and results. Quick note on today's agenda. In today's webinar, I will get into the following: optimizing Microsoft 365 licensing. From there, I will get granular and cover many of the services we have come to rely upon, such as maximizing Microsoft Teams value, jump from Teams into Copilot with smarter Copilot adoption, transition to reporting with Power BI and analytics, cover topics such as security compliance, cloud and storage, and then finishing up with a few notes on partnering with SWK. As many of you might know, we are a Microsoft Gold partner. And then at the end there, I'll just do a quick recap slide, probably going over like 4 or 5 of the most important things we've covered today. A quick overview on SWK Technologies. We are a nationally recognized MSP and solution provider in North America and have nationwide coverage, leveraging over 170 employees to delight our customers and enable success. And now I'll get into the presentation. Optimize Microsoft 365 licensing. First up, identify and eliminate unused or underutilized licenses to reduce wasteful spend. It's common for businesses to carry licenses tied to inactive accounts or users who don't fully leverage their plan. These unused or underutilized licenses represent hidden costs that add up month after month. By auditing and reclaiming them, you free up a budget without impacting productivity. Align subscription tiers with employee roles and business needs. Not every employee needs the same level of Microsoft 365 functionality. By matching subscription tiers to actual job requirements, positions such as frontline staff, knowledge workers, or executives, you avoid overpaying for features that go unused. This ensures employees have the tools they need while keeping licensing costs lean and under control. Make sure to reassess in regular intervals. Your business changes over time, and so does Microsoft. Regular licensing reviews help ensure that you're still optimized as teams grow, roles shift, and new features are introduced. Ongoing reassessment prevents overspending from creeping back in and keeps your investment aligned with your business goals. Quick bonus bullet point there. If you are an SWK contracted client, a dedicated technical account manager such as myself will perform monthly audits on your 365 environment to make sure you're getting the most out of your Microsoft 365 spend. Maximizing teams. Eliminate overlapping costs by consolidating collaboration tools. Talking mostly about Slack, Zoom, but there are others out there. Many businesses pay for multiple collaboration platforms without realizing teams can cover the same functions. By consolidating into teams, you reduce duplicate licensing and training costs. This simplifies your environment while saving money each month. Next up, streamline communication and collaboration into a single platform. It boosts efficiency and reduces spend. Using Teams as a central hub for meetings, for chat, and file sharing brings everyone onto one platform. This reduces complexity, eliminates confusion about which tool to use, and enhances productivity. At the same time, it helps cut down on redundant software spend. Lastly here, leverage built-in integrations and apps. Teams comes with a wide library of Microsoft and third-party integrations, many of which you're probably already licensed for. By using these instead of buying add-on services, you extend functionality at no extra cost. This approach maximizes value while keeping expenses in check. Smarter Microsoft Copilot adoption. As many of you know, Copilot is Microsoft's AI tool. It's a very fast-growing add-on license that leverages ChatGPT across the Microsoft ecosystem. Assign Copilot licenses only where AI-driven productivity delivers measurable ROI. Not every employee needs AI-powered assistance for their day-to-day responsibilities. By carefully analyzing which roles benefit most from features like automated document generation, meeting summaries, or advanced insights, you can ensure licenses go to the right people. This targeted approach makes Copilot an investment in productivity, not just an added expense. Before I get to the next bullet point, I did want to kind of brush over some examples where Copilot has a measurable return on investment. Places or areas such as time-saving repetitive tasks, such as drafting emails, creating meeting notes, and generating reports. I read recently that research has shown up to 120 hours of regained productivity per person per year when utilizing AI tools such as Copilot. Now imagine that spread across your entire organization. Also improved decision-making, faster data insights with deep integrations with Word, Excel, Power BI. Managers and analysts can make informed decisions, quickly reducing delays and improving business outcomes. Right, okay, transitioning back to the bullet points here. So avoid blanket adoption that increases costs without clear benefits, right? So rolling out Copilot across your entire workforce may sound appealing, but it can actually lead to overspending, right? And very quickly too. Many users will not fully utilize the AI features, which means the licenses provide little return. Instead, adopting selectively ensures you get maximum value without inflating your Microsoft spend. And lastly, pilot Copilot with select teams to validate value before scaling organization-wide. Launching Copilot in a small pilot or focus group allows you to track real-world benefits before committing larger budgets, right? So these teams can provide feedback on productivity gains, efficiency improvements, and overall usability. With that data, you can make informed decisions on whether or not an AI tool such as Copilot is worth it for your organization, right? And if it is, how best to expand adoption across the business. Next up, right-size Power BI and analytics. Eliminate duplicate reporting tools by consolidating into Power BI for a single source of truth. Many organizations pay for multiple analytics platforms that perform similar functions, creating unnecessary costs. By consolidating reporting into Power BI, you simplify your tool set and reduce licensing and training expenses. A unified platform also improves data consistency and makes insights easier to share across the business. Match pro versus premium licensing to actual usage patterns for cost efficiency, right? Not every user requires advanced premium features such as larger data set storage or advanced AI capabilities. By assessing user activity, you can allocate pro licenses where appropriate and reserve premium only for power users or enterprise scale reporting. This alignment ensures you maximize value while avoiding overspending. Empower teams with the right level of analytics without overpaying for unused advanced features, right? So often employees only need dashboards or basic reports, not the full suite of advanced analytics. Providing them with the right license tier prevents wasted spend while giving them the insights they need. This approach balances cost control with productivity gains. Lastly, here, streamline reporting to improve accessibility, collaboration, and reduce support overhead. When all reporting lives inside Power BI, employees can access, share, and collaborate on the same dashboards instead of managing multiple tools. This reduces the learning curve for staff and lowers IT support requirements. The result is more efficient. It's a more efficient and collaborative analytics environment at a much lower cost than you might get if you're leveraging or piecemealing different tools together. Security and compliance bundling. So consolidate security tools by leveraging Microsoft's built-in suites, licenses such as Defender, Entra ID, Purview, instead of fragmented third-party solutions. Many organizations stack multiple third-party tools for endpoint protection, identity management, and compliance, which drives up costs and complexity. By shifting to Microsoft's integrated security suite, you can cover these needs within one ecosystem, reducing redundancy. This approach simplifies administration, improves visibility, and ensures stronger alignment with your Microsoft 365 environment. Leverage Microsoft's single sign-on, SSO for short, capabilities to replace third-party tools like Duo, Okta, and some others, cutting costs while improving the user experience. Third-party SSO providers add another layer of expense and complexity to your authentication strategy. With Microsoft's Entra ID, you can streamline identity and access management natively within your Microsoft 365 subscription. This reduces vendor reliance, cuts licensing costs, and delivers a seamless sign-on experience for all employees. Ensure compliance tools such as Entra ID and Defender are bundled strategically. Purchasing compliance and security tools separately often results in overlapping functionality and higher costs. By bundling Entra ID, Defender, and other Microsoft compliance features, organizations can streamline their security stack while ensuring regulatory requirements are met. This strategic approach not only saves money, but also simplifies management and strengthens your overall compliance and security posture as well. I'd like to touch upon a few examples that, as a technical account manager, I've come across. HIPAA compliance for healthcare. Instead of paying separately for third-party MFA or endpoint protection and compliance monitoring tools, a healthcare provider can bundle Entra ID P2 for conditional access MFA and identity governance, and Microsoft Defender for endpoint. This not only ensures HIPAA requirements are met, but also reduces vendor sprawl and lowers licensing costs. Financial services. A financial firm may need the data loss prevention, otherwise known as DLP, e-discovery, and audit logging to satisfy SEC requirements. By bundling Microsoft Purview with Entra ID and Defender, they cover all compliance needs within Microsoft 365, replacing multiple niche tools while maintaining regulatory standards at a much lower cost. Manufacturing and supply chain security. So manufacturers often pay for separate tools to manage vendor access, secure endpoints on shop floors, and monitor compliance with ISO IEC standards. By bundling Microsoft Entra ID and Defender for endpoint, they can secure operations inside of one ecosystem. This reduces costs while ensuring compliance with industry frameworks. Education and student data protection. So schools and universities are required to comply with FERPA and state privacy regulations, often leading them to layer on additional identity and security platforms. By using Entra ID for single sign-on and identity protection alongside Defender for data security, they can safeguard student information without relying on costly third parties. This approach simplifies management for IT staff while staying compliant with those regulations. Next up, cloud and storage efficiency. Streamline SharePoint, OneDrive, and Azure resources to eliminate redundant or unused storage. Over time, organizations accumulate duplicate sites, inactive OneDrive accounts, or unused Azure resources. These drive up costs without delivering any real value. By auditing and consolidating, you reduce waste and simplify management. Scale cloud storage to actual usage needs, avoiding over-provisioning and unnecessary costs. Many businesses overestimate storage requirements and pay for capacity they will never use. With Microsoft's flexible scaling, you can align storage with real usage patterns. This ensures costs grow only when your data needs to. Retire duplicate on-premise servers by leveraging Microsoft's cloud-native storage solutions. Maintaining both on-premises file servers and Microsoft Cloud Storage often leads to unnecessary duplication. Transitioning workloads fully into SharePoint, OneDrive, and Azure can eliminate that overlap. This reduces hardware costs while modernizing infrastructure. And then lastly on this slide, improve performance and reliability while lowering costs through smarter resource allocation. Right-sizing cloud resources not only cuts spending, but also improves performance. When workloads are optimized, end users experience faster access and fewer outages. That then translates into better productivity alongside cost efficiency. Okay, so transitioning over to SWK and how we are a Microsoft Gold Partner. Being a Microsoft Gold Partner, SWK has access to exclusive pricing tiers not available to standard providers. This allows us to pass along direct cost savings to your business. And over time, these exclusive tiers can add up to substantial reductions in your Microsoft investment. Also, with SWK, you gain a trusted advisor to continuously align Microsoft solutions with your budget and with your growth goals. Technology isn't static. Your business needs and Microsoft's offerings evolve constantly. SWK serves as an ongoing advisor, ensuring your licensing, security, and cloud resources remain right-sized and cost-effective. This partnership keeps your Microsoft environment optimized for both savings and scalability. The SWK Advantage. So leverage expert guidance on Microsoft's evolving ecosystem. Microsoft frequently updates its licensing models, product bundles, and feature sets. SWK can help you navigate these challenges, ensuring that you take advantage of new opportunities for savings and efficiency. This keeps you ahead of the curve while avoiding surprise costs. Ensure compliance and security while controlling spend. Balancing regulatory requirements with budget pressures can be difficult when using multiple vendors. With SWK, you gain expertise in aligning Microsoft's built-in security compliance tools to your specific industry needs. This approach reduces risk while eliminating unnecessary third-party expenses. Okay, recap and some key takeaways. Optimize Microsoft 365 licensing. Regular audits and right-sizing subscription tiers cut wasteful spend from inactive accounts and misaligned plans while keeping licenses aligned with changing business needs. Maximize Teams value. Consolidating collaboration tools into Teams reduces duplicate costs, streamlines communication, and leverages built-in integrations for added functionality at little or no extra cost, really. Adopt Copilot strategically. Assign AI licenses only to roles that gain measurable ROI. Pilot with select teams and avoid blanket rollouts that might inflate costs. Right-size analytics and security. Consolidating reporting into Power BI and bundling Microsoft's Defender, Entra ID, and Purview reduces tool sprawl, lowers costs, and strengthens compliance posture. Excuse me. Partner with SWK for long-term savings. As a Microsoft Gold partner, SWK provides exclusive pricing tiers, expert guidance, and continuous alignment of licensing, security, and cloud resources, all while keeping your business goals and budget top of mind. SWK is available to provide a helping hand if needed. We have an IT consulting and services division that can help you with any problems or requests to improve performance and security and provide any of the services that you see here. Thank you so much for joining our webinar. As a special webinar offer, our team has gotten together and we are offering a free Microsoft assessment, right? So as a part of that assessment, we will analyze your current Microsoft licensing setup, align recommendations with your specific goals, identify immediate and long-term cost-saving opportunities, and provide a clear savings projection and plan. There's not going to be any complicated sales pitch or no obligation to switch or anything like that, just a transparent insights into potential savings that you may be currently missing. For any information, please feel free to email info@swktech.com and we can get that scheduled for you. All right. And from there, we can go ahead and jump into the Q&A.
Great. Thank you so much, Dave. I'm sure we've got some questions from the audience. So we'll dive into that in just a moment. I also want to make everyone aware that there is a poll open. So if you want to take advantage of that Microsoft offer for that free assessment, that's definitely something we can help you with. So you can look on the right-hand side of your screen where we have the polls at, and you're able to let us know if you want to take advantage of that assessment. If there is, you just want to get some more information, or maybe this isn't a great time for you, whatever it may be, we can help with that. So Dave, I know I have a couple questions, so are you ready to dive right in?
Sure, let's go for it.
Okay, and I'm having some problems getting our slides back up, so hopefully I'll be able to get that back up while we are talking. But the first question we had was, what are some easy optimizations to look for first?
Well, really, the first thing that you want to do is sit down and take a look at it. Take a look at your Microsoft 365, bill, and I would do that at least once a month while you're going through this process, and then kind of expand that out as time goes on and there's more of a handle on it. But really, the first things to kind of look for to optimize are any licenses that are currently out there that are not in use. Are there employees that have, since moved on or don't require a license, or whatever the situation is, right? Just first thing, gather an inventory of the licenses. From there, see if, if every user that has a license needs one. That's a real quick way to, free up spend real quickly.
Okay, great. Another question we had from the audience was also, is there an email quarantine service to filter external emails?
So through Microsoft 365, yeah, we can use Defender as a good option for that. Defender is really good as an email security type of platform that we can go through and have different rules and kind of set it up based on your preference there.
Perfect. And I think we've got some other questions coming in. So definitely now's a great time. We'll be able to take a couple more questions. So you can put those in the chat or the Q&A, whichever works for you. Another question I had, Dave, was, how long do these assessments take? So I know we're offering, the free Microsoft assessment this month. That's something everyone can take advantage of. So what does that look like? How long does it take? Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I would give that first assessment. Give it an hour at the very least. I think that's how long we're kind of providing the offers for anyway. But at least an hour, right? You really want to understand, the first of all, your entire M365 roster. Second, the licenses that they have currently assigned to them. Then you want to go through and see, hey, is this particular employee over licensed, under licensed? You really want to take a really good stock, really good inventory. So that takes up a bulk of the time. And then from there, going in and developing a plan to move forward, right? So if someone is over licensed, maybe taking a look at them and dialing it back. Someone is under licensed, conversely, taking a look and dialing that up. We see that a lot with compliance-heavy industries, like HIPAA, finance, education. And then also, if a user does not require a license, or a user is no longer with the organization, there is an option to convert mailbox to something called a shared mailbox, and Microsoft doesn't charge licenses for that, right? So another way to free up spend so you can allocate it to a different aspect of either Microsoft 365 or another piece of your IT spend, right? So to directly answer how long they take, it's ongoing. It depends on the size, depends on the complexity of the environment, but I would at least for that initial round give it an hour.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And when you guys are doing these assessments, how often do you find that people, are overspending on their Microsoft?
I can guarantee that anybody listening to this now is overspending, right? Whether it's by one license or many, or I can almost guarantee it, right? Unless you are one of those people who is hyper vigilant and on top of it. Not saying people here aren't. I'm just saying in general. Things. Microsoft 365 is one of those things historically that I see that people just kind of like set it and forget it. No, it does definitely take kind of care and nurturing to get that to a place where it is completely 100% optimized for your business. And overspend doesn't have to mean that you're overshooting your budget by some significant percentage, but just a very small example is maybe you have a third-party spam filtering solution, but yet you have a license in Microsoft that only costs you a few bucks a month, but it's still out there, but it's underutilized and not used, and still considered overspending, right? So it can be something that small, all the way on up, right? So I see it fairly often, and part of what I do is I try to, as my client's technical account manager, their advocate, I try to go in and optimize that as often as I can. So it's a constant work in progress.
Yeah, great to know. I mean, that is 100% is a pretty strong stat. So, another question we had out there in the audience was this particular attendee said, if we purchased our 365 accounts through GoDaddy with our domain and emails, can you still do an audit?
We can definitely do an audit on that. There might be some additional layers of things we have to go through just from a liability standpoint. We might have to either get credentials or just probably ask for different exports, different reports from that platform, just to get the information that we need, right? So we can best advise you from that perspective. But I would imagine we can do an assessment. It just might be a couple extra layers to get the stuff that we need, or to get the reporting or the information that we need.
Okay, great to know. And yeah, definitely if you kind of have something similar to that question, definitely just let us know that you're interested in that audit, and we're happy to kind of go through your personal, situation, whatever it may be, and see how we can help. Potentially our last question, unless we have another submission, we do have a couple minutes left here. Someone out in the audience asked, if we're currently using a third-party reseller for our Microsoft licensing, what does the transition look like going from them to SWK?
So in terms of a transition, I can take that a few different ways. As far as a billing transition, or more or less like an implementation, kind of like a physical transfer. So I'll kind of address both. From a billing standpoint, the first thing that we would want to do is see if that makes sense for you, right? So we would we would get with you, see. Ask what you're currently paying per license, see if we can match or beat that, right? In most cases, given our standing with Microsoft, we can. In fact, I haven't really seen a situation where we haven't at least matched, right? Unless there's some ridiculous discount that it just doesn't make sense. But that would be the first step. And from the implementation standpoint, it's pretty seamless. Our engineers take care of that in the back end. We coordinate with you. It's a lot of back end work through the two partners, right? So a large part that's off. What's what I'm looking for? Hands off to you. It's a lot of behind the scenes work. So the transition, right? So there's two phases, right? So there's the billing. Someone like me would get with you to see if it makes sense. We determine it makes sense, decide to move forward. then our team would work on that behind the scenes on that transfer. And we would essentially transfer billing from the portal that you are currently using over to us.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Jess. Great to cover both those scenarios. So I think that is all of our questions that we have for today. So as we said, we are offering that free assessment throughout the rest of the month. So I've seen some people let us know in the poll that they're interested in that. If you let a little bit of time pass, you talk to your colleagues and you decide that is something you want to take advantage of that you didn't state in today's poll, you can always reach us at info@swktech.com. We'd be more than happy to help. We're also going to send out the recording of this webinar to you tomorrow afternoon. So keep an eye out. We'll also have, information in there as well. So thank you, Dave, for sharing all that information with us today about potential ways people could be overspending and get a better return on those Microsoft licenses, which I know are so central to everyone's workplace nowadays. So thank you all for taking some time out of your day, and thank you for sharing your expertise with us today, Dave.
Of course, and thank you everybody for joining. Appreciate your time.
Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day.